Hey YouTube, my name is Jerry and today we're unboxing the iPhone SE 2020. So I actually received this late last night, which was Friday the 24th, which was I guess the first release day. However, other people got it before me, a couple of days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I didn't get it until the very last moment of the delivery day, so right before 8 p.m., which is odd because I ordered it right within the first 60 seconds of the pre-order period. But anyway, I'm not mad. I got it, and so we're gonna take a look at it today. So this is gonna be all off the cuff. I don't have any script for this. I haven't really thought about it, so we're just gonna open it up and see what we get. So please excuse any mistakes or blunders or whatever I make, and I'll do my best. So before we get started, hit subscribe and let's see what's inside. So right off the bat, we have the normal FedEx brown box with the battery label. I got my trusty new knife with a brand new blade in it, so should be no match for the tape or whatever else we come across. So, what is this iPhone SE 2020? This is a phone that was just released, $399 for a iPhone. Now, in any world or any time, that'd be a pretty amazing deal. iPhone as an ecosystem is just so far beyond some of the others out there. And not because it's just a phone, but it's because the ecosystem is so far and wide reaching. You got phones, you got tablets, you got watches, you got computers, all this stuff. Look at this. I got the product red version of the iPhone SE. I've always wanted a product red phone and I've never had one, and this is my first opportunity to have one. However, it's not going to be a phone that I use on a regular basis. So why did I buy the iPhone SE? Well, I actually have a very specific purpose for buying this phone. So when I'm recording these videos, I have to record, or I get to record, or I want to record, whatever you want to say, all of these extra shots of products or how I use them or things like that. So for example, on my last video, I was using the new Magic Mouse with the iPad Pro, and I was shooting video of me using it. Now, instead of lugging my Canon M50 around and worrying about power for that and batteries and things like that, I can get a much easier. There's a motorcycle outside. Motorcycle's still outside. All right, so using an iPhone is much easier for B-roll for me to take this thing around on a tripod or throw it on a DJI Osmo 3 gimbal and get some pretty good shots using the rear camera of the iPhone. So that's what I use that for primarily, or what I'm going to be using it for primarily. But I also use right now a iPhone 5S for my teleprompter. I have a Parrot Padcaster or Padcaster Parrot teleprompter that I use sometimes in my videos that allows me to display the text or script or whatever I'm going to say right in front of my camera. So the iPhone actually projects the screen up against the glass and then shoots it at me. And that iPhone 5S, the battery on it is getting so bad that it almost will not last through a single recording session of 20-30 minutes, whatever it is. So it was time to upgrade just for that, but also for the B-roll camera footage. So for $50 more, I ended up going with the 128 gig version. I wanted to be able to have a little bit more storage for B-roll video. I just didn't want to run out just in case. Who knows what I'm going to be doing with it or how much I'll shoot with it. 64 gigabytes just didn't seem like enough for what I was planning on doing with it. But let's open this thing up and see what we get. Right, so I'm so excited for this product red version. I love the color. Although when you look at the iPhone 11, the red color on that, I am not a fan. I really like the color of the iPhone XS, or I'm sorry, the iPhone XR. The red on the iPhone XR was amazing. And this reminds me of that. It's really kind of a dark, kind of a candy red color. It's really beautiful in person. I really like it. And on the back here, we have the Apple logo, which is now centered. We got product red down at the bottom, although the other phones that are not product red have nothing else on here. We have a single camera on the back, which Apple says is their most advanced single camera system ever in a phone, which I don't think anybody has been able to determine if this lens is the same lens as the iPhone 8 or if it's in the 10, the one from the 10R, or where it's from. However, I think most of the advancements that they're talking about is coming from the A13 chip, right? So the A13 chip is in the newest iPhones 11 and iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max, and it has super advanced image processing, does a lot more with it, even if it uses a lens that is less capable than what's in the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro. The image processing can take a worse lens and do a lot more work on it to get you a picture that actually looks great. Now, I am not planning on using this for taking pictures, but for video. The iPhone has best-in-class video now at any price point. So the the video you will be getting from this phone, from this $399 phone, is going to be way better than any Android phone or any other mobile device that's not an iPhone at any price, period. So we also have the flash here. Around front, look at this. Look at this. Yep. See that? See that? It's a home button. So just like the iPhone, well, all iPhones really, just like every iPhone before the iPhone 10, we had a home button. And this home button has done so many things and actually started to get kind of convoluted. You can press it, you can press it, you can tap it, you can hold it, you can double press it, you can triple press it, and it actually started to get a little overwhelming trying to remember everything that the home button could do. But a lot of people like the home button and Touch ID. Not everybody, well, many people are familiar with it and they're comfortable with it. Some people, for one reason or another, are just not comfortable with Face ID yet. Maybe they never will be, and this provides an opportunity for users who need a new phone, who are not comfortable with Face ID, to be able to upgrade, get a best-in-class mobile processor, the best processor you can get in any mobile device at any price, period, in this device, and be good to go for another 3 to 5 years, right? Apple's going to support their devices. Apple supports their devices far longer than any other mobile device platform or mobile device manufacturer, bar none. So you're definitely going to get 3 to 5 years out of this, and at a starting price of $400. I mean, you can't really beat that. So let's go ahead and remove this wrapping here. Wow, who doesn't like pulling off the plastic of a brand new phone? I mean, this thing is just beautiful. It is so thin and light. I mean, compared to my iPhone 11 Pro, this thing it weighs like nothing. Like, it's not that much smaller physically, dimension-wise, from the iPhone 10s, or I'm sorry, iPhone 11, 10s, 10R, whatever. But this thing is light. It is very thin. It's made of aluminum and glass. It has wireless charging, so if you're upgrading from a iPhone 6, 6S, or 7, you're going to get wireless charging in here, which is super nice. You'll really enjoy that. I have a couple of videos on wireless chargers, so you can definitely check those out. On the left side, we have the usual buttons and rocker switch for alerts. On the right, we have a regular-sized home button. So you might remember on the iPhone 10 and newer, the home button has increased in size. I'm not really quite sure why that is, but it's much larger, and you use the home button, or I'm sorry, the power button. You use the power button to activate Siri on the newer devices, whereas with a phone with a home button, you hold the home button to activate Siri. So also in the box, we got these things, our product red, which normally goes to support AIDS research, but I believe right now it is going towards COVID research, and the famed Apple stickers. You see them all over people's cars. I don't know why people put these stickers all over their cars. I don't know why Apple still includes them, but I mean, I guess it's still working for them. It must be some good advertisement, I guess. We also have the same little puny 5-watt charger that we've been getting since the original iPhone. And we got some ear pods, some wired ear pods. Although, you might notice that there's no headphone jack on here. So if you're coming from an iPhone 7 or an iPhone 6S or an iPhone 6, or even before that, an iPhone 5S had a headphone jack, and every iPhone before that. Now these are Lightning. So you're going to get a set of Lightning ear pods right there. And of course, a Lightning to USB cable for charging. So, what else does this phone have besides the A13 and the new and improved camera? Not much else. I mean, this is a phone for people who have an older iPhone that like the form factor of the older iPhones and want to keep using this form factor. They don't want a larger phone. So if you have an iPhone 11, an iPhone 11 Pro, an iPhone 10, 10s, 10R, you're probably not going to upgrade to this, right? The only reason you might upgrade to this from one of those newer devices is if you just do not like the size of, the current, flagship iPhones. Some people may find that they're too big. Some people may have yet to get used to using Face ID. I sometimes just do not like all the swipes. I actually prefer the home button, and I kind of wish that Apple went with a virtual home button on the screen instead of having to do all the swipe gestures. The swipe gestures on the newer phones, they work, they're fine, you get used to them. However, it's just nice to be able to hit a button and not have to swipe or swipe up and hold or any of that stuff. So if that's you, then this could be an option for you. Maybe you have an iPhone XR and you really don't like the size and you really don't like the swipes and you could take or leave Face ID. This could be the next phone for you. Maybe not this year. Maybe you get it next year. Maybe you get it on sale at a wireless carrier and it's going to be a fantastic deal and it's still going to last you for many years. Anyway, like I said, this is not going to replace my iPhone 11 Pro. This is going to be for my B-roll footage and for a teleprompter using my Parrot Padcaster. And I also got this Spigen Neo Hybrid case for it. So we're going to try out this Spigen Neo Hybrid. No. Sorry about that. Something just happened. I'm using the Filmic Pro on my iPhone 11 Pro up here. And it looks like the remote system that I'm using on my iPad over here just crashed. So I think I got everything back up and running, and hopefully it's the same color and brightness and everything that it was before. But, technology. What can you do? So anyway, let's open up this Spigen Why do I keep saying that? Spigen Neo Hybrid case. And see how it looks on this new iPhone SE 2020. I went with the herringbone case. Let's see. All right, so this thing is kind of like a two-tone color. It's got black plastic on the outside. It's got kind of a rubber matte texture in the middle here. And then just kind of the standard inside rubber or silicone or whatever for Spigen, the same design they use on most of their cases. I like Spigen cases because their buttons just are really tactile. They really have nailed the feel of their buttons. When you put the phone in the case, you don't want the buttons to feel squishy. Actually, on Apple's silicone case, which I'll link up here, I actually have a lot of issues with their cases because, one, they start to fall apart because they're just silicone wrapped around a plastic shell. And then two, the buttons just are not as tactile as I would like them to be. Actually, does this case come apart? Oh, you know what? This case actually comes apart a little bit. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. Oh, it probably is. Okay, so it's a two-piece case. Yeah, all right. So it offers soft silicone protection and some rigidity from the plastic shell. So let's throw this in here, see how it looks. Oh, maybe I do need to take it off. Nah, we'll just force it in. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It won't ruin the red at all, I'm sure. Wow, look at that. I like how the red pops through there. Oh, you know what? These buttons are just a tad squishy. Not as tactile as like the Spigen Ultra Hybrid or whatever I have on my iPhone 11 Pro. But they're not terrible. They're not terrible. But anyway, I'll probably use this for a little bit and I'll do a little bit of review and I'll let you know later how I feel about this case. And also, I may end up using this phone as my full-time phone for a little while. So again, if you're interested, hit subscribe, and I'll let you know how I feel about these at a later date. If you are interested in following me on Twitter to get updates on videos, you can follow me at Jerry Schultz. And yeah, this is the review of the iPhone SE 2020 and the Spigen Neo Hybrid case from Spigen, obviously. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.